It's so funny when I coach speakers and I talk to people, like when we get into our story pitch program and we're making the talk, and like people are like, I'm like, what do you talk about? And they're like, what do you want me to talk about? No, 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 that's not the point.
Exactly.
And then it's like, well, tell me your life story. And I was like, well, I was born in a manger on December 25th. You know, it's like, no, I don't care about that part. What's the story we're trying to tell to this audience in 45 minutes?
Right.
It's the chunk like out of the middle of your story or wherever you start and stop that really, really matters. And people have so much trouble dialing in on that. And then people, that practice comment you made is so true. Like everyone I talk that's going to go out and speak, they're like, well, I got to practice this and I got to rewrite it and I got to do it. And I'm like, no, what we need to do is create the talk as fast as possible and then go speak it in front of an audience 10 times. How did they feel? And how did you feel?
Right.
Maybe it's the wrong talk. Maybe it's the wrong audience. And then you have to pivot and adjust. The best way to get into speaking is to start speaking. And the mindset thing's funny too about the confidence thing. I know I'm going to humble as much as I can here, but I know people consider me an expert in certain things. I know people think I'm a good speaker. I know these things, but every time I'm about to go on stage, I still have imposter syndrome and I still feel that energy. And one of the best tips that I ever got was from a mentor of mine. He's a legendary sales speaker named James Smith, right? He's incredible. Shout out James Smith. But he told me once I was getting ready to go out like for my like first thing or whatever. And he just looked, and I was like, man, he's like, are you nervous? I'm like, whatever. And he had heard me give this talk to a group of partners in a business because we were building it. And he's like, Shane, they don't know what you're going to say. I said, what do you mean? He goes, they don't know the words you're going to say. You can't make it. This is the only profession where you literally can't make a mistake. You just have to keep talking and you just have to keep telling story. You can't mess it up, dude, because no one here knows what you're going to say. That freed me. That's when when I started considering myself a speaker because I was like, oh, I just have to speak. There is no right word. There is no wrong word. I can change it next time. I'm going to say it again. Right. So
Exactly.
like it just freed me from all that imposter syndrome all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I go out on stage now, I just always look over the one organization I speak with. I always look over at the producer and I go, say the words. They have no clue what I'm about to say. And we just laugh because it's just like so preposterous.